For this visualization practice, you may find it beneficial to have 1 fluid ounce of a liquid to taste in a glass in front of you. If you're choosing to enjoy an alcoholic beverage alongside this experience, please enjoy responsibly. Also, please note that when tasting spirits straight, it's recommended to spit rather than swallow for this particular experience. In a moment, I'll invite you to raise the glass to your mouth and take a small sip, letting it rest on the tongue for a few slow breaths. Now, there's no right timing here, really. Just notice when your body wants to swallow and follow that impulse. Throughout this experience, I'll be guiding you through a series of small sips. You're welcome to enjoy a few additional sips at your own pace if that feels natural or desired. All that I ask is that you save about half of what you do have so that you can follow the specific cues when they come. If it feels safe and comfortable for you to do so, I also invite you to soften or close your eyes during this practice when possible. This can really help the inner pathways to come forward more clearly. So find a comfortable seat. Let your shoulders drop. Let your jaw soften. Let your breath settle. And let's begin our journey inwards, bringing your awareness and attention into connection with the full pathway of how we taste within the architecture of your body. Now, imagine your awareness as a small point of light, a tiny lantern that you can send anywhere inside yourself. When I say awareness, think of that light. That light is your awareness. Wherever you guide it, imagine it illuminating that space from within, as though you're lighting up a room inside your own body. Wherever this light travels, wherever you place your awareness, you can see more clearly. You can feel more clearly. You become more present with the sensations in that area. Bring your awareness, that small lantern of light, to the space just outside your lips. Let it glow a little brighter as you slowly lift what you have to taste towards your mouth. Picture your awareness slipping inward as I invite you to take your first sip, letting the liquid flow against the coastline of your tongue as your awareness enters this new landscape inside your mouth. Swallowing or spitting whenever you feel ready. Let the lantern of your awareness glide lower now, toward where the liquid and tongue touched. Zoom in closer, deeper. As your awareness and imagination approach the surface of your tongue, the small bumps that we often call taste buds begin to reveal themselves as a vast living landscape of structures known as papillae. What we eat and drink mixes with our saliva and flows into the spaces between the papillae, seeping into tiny channels and folds where true tasting begins. Let your awareness flow now, slipping deeper into those spaces on the tongue. And as you move your awareness deeper into the surface of the tongue, focus on the walls of a single papilla. You notice that along the wall there are taste buds, gathered like tiny coral clusters lining the walls of a reef. Moving towards just one single taste bud, you approach a small cluster of 50 to 100 specialized receptors, and at the very top of that structure is a small opening like a tide pool where the tastants, the compounds and molecules of what we taste, drift in and out of what is called the taste pore. Each receptor within the taste bud is tuned like an instrument in an orchestra to recognize one of the primary aspects of taste: sweet, salty, sour, bitter, umami. When a molecule meets the receptor that is meant for it, a tiny shift happens in the cell's electrical charge. A small spark, like a single string being struck on a single instrument. And that note joins countless others playing across the vast stage of the papillae, forming the symphony of taste. Those signals, those little electrical impulses, are the language that the body speaks. And they start right here in the tiny coral cluster of each taste bud. So now, let's see where that signal goes as we take another sip. As the sparks ignite inside the taste buds, feel the signals slipping down into the roots of your tongue, and let the light of your awareness join the sparks from across the mouth as they form streams gathering like tributaries flowing toward a river. These streams travel along the various cranial nerves in the tongue toward the back of the mouth, toward the space where your jaw hinges directly under your ears. Let your light rest here under your ears as you take another sip and feel these streams merge into larger rivers of energy as they turn inward, passing through into the base of the skull. They enter the great trunk of the nervous system, the brainstem, which rests at the basin at the top of your spine, at the top of the back of your neck. Here, within the medulla, lies a place called the nucleus of the solitary tract. This is your body's internal harbor of taste, where all these signals meet each other. Here, sensation begins to organize itself into meaning as the body begins to ask, is this nourishing? Safe? Familiar? Something to move toward or away from? Take another sip and feel the signals continue their migration upward, rising towards the very center of the brain. Here they arrive at the thalamus, a lighthouse in the depths of the mind, and it's here that signals from all of the senses are gathered, refined, prioritized, and prepared for consciousness before being sent onward to the gustatory cortex. If you were to draw a line inward from the top of each ear, and another line inward from just above your front teeth, their crossing point would bring you right where you need to be. This is where taste becomes story. Take another sip. Feel the signals carried from your tongue unfurl into memory, meaning, and experience here at the center of your mind. Here, the glucose molecule that signaled sweetness is not just glucose anymore, but it becomes childhood summers and ice cream. Salt becomes the spray of the ocean. Umami becomes warmth. Bitterness becomes discernment, and sourness becomes alertness. You see, taste is not simply detection. Taste is interpretation. Taste is your brain deciding what a moment means. And just like smell, taste dips into the emotional tides of the limbic system, that inner library where memory, feeling, and meaning fold together into a single wave echoing through the shores of our consciousness. True flavor is not one sense alone. It is a weaving of taste, smell, texture, temperature, and even sound, all converging like mountain streams flowing into a single river, becoming something larger than any one source. Now, I can't tell you what lies beyond this point of your journey, because that part's yours, and yours alone to experience. So for now, take one nourishing breath in, drawing light into the very center of your awareness. And as you exhale slowly, let your awareness travel back down from the gustatory cortex, down the thalamic strait to the basin of the brain stem at the top of the back of your neck, through the shining currents around the hinge of the jaw below the ears, along the tongue and into the taste buds, back out of the taste pore and into the ocean of space around your papillae, back to the shoreline where your inner ocean meets the world. Let your lantern hover in this space for a moment, like a whale surfacing before the next dive down into the depths. You've just traveled the entire migratory path of taste inside your own body. So remember, when you taste something, don't rush. Let the journey unfold, because what you're tasting didn't begin here. It began in the soil, in sunlight, in rain, and in time. Let it be a moment of listening, a returning, a remembering, a meeting place between your inner and outer nature, between who you are now and the world that made it possible. Because everything you taste carries the history of the world within it, and how you meet it helps to decide how that story continues.